Mr. Bradley also has a group called Billy Bradley Jr. and Heart of Worship. Welcome to New Perspectives, Mr. Billy.
Hello.
Thank you for being my guest. So, Mr. Bradley, tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Native of Jacksonville, North Carolina. Moved down to South Carolina in regards to work and promotion. God gave me a vision to start an open mic. From that open mic, I met a lot of great people, and we formed a group. From there, sky's been the limits. We've reached a lot of heights now, but that's not all we have. We got more to come.
Absolutely. So now I know you said that you're from Jacksonville. What made you land it right here? I mean, it's a great city. Don't get me wrong. I'm from Orange, born and raised, so I'm going to represent for Orangeburg to the fullest. But what made you come down here to Orangeburg, South Carolina?
Well, I moved for work. I took a promotion, and had I waited, I probably would have stayed in Charlotte, which is where I was residing before. I took the promotion. They said, come down to Orangeburg, South Carolina. I knew nothing about Orangeburg. I thought when I came off the exit, I saw, Fats. I saw Chick-fil-A. I thought, this might be all right. I turned on Chestnut Street, and there was no more restaurant.
It just stopped. So it's just like, what's going on here?
Oh, okay. I have a question for you.
Okay.
How does it feel to be voted one of the top 4 finalists?
It is amazing. Last night I actually got the official letter in the mail saying congratulations, how we have to call in, confirm that we got it. It is huge because since I've been in Orangeburg, I've been here for like 3 years, and I've seen a lot of artists that have been here but haven't even reached or even scraped that limit yet, and to know that we've done it and we just released our single in June says a whole lot of where we're going and what God has for us.
That's good.
Absolutely. And so one thing, and just to go back a little bit, with you coming down here and with you starting a group, I understand that as an artist, I'm not an artist, but I do understand as somebody that tries to, try to make things happen, you have many challenges. So what were some of the challenges that you had coming down here to Orangeburg, South Carolina? Because I'm quite sure a group just didn't pick up overnight. I know it was in a planning stage, and you had a lot of setbacks. I'm quite sure you did as an artist, because sometimes you have doors that will be closed. People tell you no, and everything's like that. So it's like a push that you have to keep going. But what are some of the setbacks that that sort of changed who you are today?
Well, moving out here to Orangeburg, I left everything I knew in North Carolina. My band, my friends, the churches. Like, I came down here. I have one cousin out of the whole state of South Carolina, so I don't have family. So it was one of those things, leaning on faith and believing that God would just make a way. When I was in North Carolina, I used to do an open mic. When I did the open mic, it was the beginning, getting artists. So I was like, I want to keep the same thing going. So I went to a church. The first time we did it, I think we had like 5 people show up. So, most people that start, they'll say, man, I'm not doing this no more. But by 4 months in, we were sitting at anywhere from 60 to 70 people. So the word got out real fast, and then I was able to meet different singers, different musicians, and make kind of handpick what I want, because God was giving me the platform to have people come in and able to see them. It just made the difference. Everybody that I started off with in my original group are the same members, maybe minus one person. So they stuck with me and they believe in the vision. So
absolutely.
So how is life going for you now versus before taking on this journey?
Life is good. Life is good. It makes me happy to know that I'm able to reach people of the masses, and knowing that I'm able to give back to the community, because we've put church inside of 4 walls, but now being able to go out and basically show that you can be a praise and worship leader and then still pursue a career in gospel. Granted, I still work a 9 to 5. Don't get it twisted. I work a 9 to 5 because even though with ministry it costs. So be able to support what it is that you want to do. Don't just go out and say, God, I'm gonna do this. God gives you the means to do the thing. So make sure you're in a place to do the thing. So
absolutely. So I know, with myself included, what made you come with the name Heart of Worship?
Heart of Worship. One of my members, Latoya Brocken, she was we were talking about it, and I was like, well, I like this name, and I kind of just ran it past her, and it came to a place where now in church you kind of go and it's more of a show, or people are missing the moment of God. And when it comes to worship, that comes to a fact of where you spend personal time with God, and that's the intimate point, and that's what worship is. So having a heart of worship means that you want to be one-on-one with God.
Absolutely. So you say you want to be one-on-one with God. So I know, and just to get a little bit off topic a little bit, who are some of the artists that you have worked with? Because I know I read something about James Patterson. He actually was featured on his CD release that I think that just came out maybe a couple of months ago, if I'm not mistaken. So tell us some of the other artists that you have had the privilege of working with so far.
Since I've been down here, I've had the honor of working with Thomas Bell, Travis Palmer, who are the producer and the engineer for our song. I've worked with James Patterson, of course, Minister Terrell Gathers, just name a few, Deshaun Wright. So those are a lot of people that I met. Jonathan Simmons out of Charleston with Namesake, Gabriel Orr, Glenn Scott, Carl Chambers, Katray Washington, Voices of Praise. So it's been quite a few people, and like-minded people connect to each other. So.
Okay, so how do you remain the same person as you are, with all this attention to you now?
Well, the thing about it is I don't live for people. I live for myself. And knowing that you have to stay true to who you are, that keeps you grounded. Because I know you face adversity and you face the push of where everything goes. So you can't think of, because a lot of people think live in the moment. I think one step ahead. Because even though this is happening now, I got to think of what is to come. So those are the things that I look at. So that keeps me kind of rooted and grounded, and knowing that with me leading a group of people now, I have to stay focused at all times.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just now tuning in, I'm Dance Brothers alongside with Miss Darren Freeman, and we're here talking with Mr. Billy Bradley, who is the operator and owner and actually CEO of his group, Billy Bradley Jr. and the Heart of Worship. So Mr. Billy Bradley, for our community listeners that may now just be tuning into this program, tell us one more time a little bit about yourself, please.
All right. Native of Jacksonville, North Carolina, relocated down here to Orangeburg Community in the end of 2012, December. Recently been working with a group of people that have helped me take my vision and my goals to a whole nother level in ministry, in the community, and just in God, period.
Absolutely. So we have a lot of artists, they gospel artists and people, period, that say they sing the same thing, they sing about the same thing. But what makes you so different from these other artists? What's something about your music that will make others just be like, yes, I can really feel that this is just pure and just genuine by itself?
Well, the one thing I will say about it is just the fact that I don't try to be like anyone else. That's one thing in music. Music is ever evolving, and you have to know your personal relationship with God. Just like, we're talking today, my conversation with you is not going to be the same as it's going to be with somebody else. Absolutely. Because we connect on a different level. So my music, that's what it does. I connect with my music on a different level from the next artist that does it. So I make sure I stay that way.
Absolutely. And I heard you said earlier that you moved, down here. You left everything. So how did you? And I know you said only have one family member in South Carolina. That's crazy. Just have one person family member out here in South Carolina. Wow. But how did you adjust? Because just going back a little bit. Because I know you said you lost everything, only one family member in South Carolina, but I'm quite sure it was hard. Were there any times that you just wanted to pack your bags back up and move back to North Carolina and just don't even worry about the group no more? What was that purpose? What was that drive to just keep you motivated? What was some of that inspiration?
Well, honestly, after living in Charlotte for so long, everything's at my fingertips. Whatever you want to do, it's in Charlotte. But coming to Orangeburg, it was a culture shock. It was a culture shock. I had never been in a town, because I felt like it was dated. I felt like it's behind the times just a little bit. As you live in the city for so long, things are quick. So, the people were different. Not to say that was a bad thing, because, you always evolve. I just looked at it, God brought it to a realization of the fact that, this is his hiding place, and this is where he was able to take me away from all the distractions that I had before, that he could do what he wanted to do with me in this place.
So tell us a little bit about your music, about some of your songs. What song on your CD probably sticks out the most to you that you really can personally relate to?
All right. Well, the first, we have one single out there. We have another one that's coming.
Okay.
Here's My Heart to Worship is the song, is the single that's out that most people know. That song is just saying that, God, that we submit to you, letting you know that here I am to worship, that regardless of what's going on around me, that I'm blocking it out so that I can deal with you one-on-one. A lot of times in relationships and friendship, things go to the left or to the right because of the fact that we put a third party in there. When you remove everybody else from there and just have a conversation one-on-one, you find out what's really in there because there's nobody else to interfere.
Absolutely. So, how did you just come up with that song? Did you, was it just came to you overnight, or was it just something that you really just wanted to, just really express for a long period of time?
Well, it's funny. We had to go sing before we group as far as everything. We went to a revival, and the guy he prophesied to us, and he was just basically saying that it was a song that was going to be coming to us, a CD was coming, and things were going to be coming as far as they go. Franklin Washington was he was down in Russellville, was where we met him at, and when we got there, he told me to keep a pen and paper and be close. But he said, because you're going to write like you never before. I've never claimed to be a writer by no means. I'm not going to say that that's what I did all my life. It's not. But as he began to write, the first thing I wrote was, "Here's my heart to worship." And from there, the rest of the words came, and I wrote it in the car, coming from out of Columbia, on my way to a rehearsal with the group, and taught it the same night. Not even knowing, the schematics, I just know how I heard it, so I gave it out. I went home after that, did some music, programmed it, sent it over to the studio, like, look, this is the sound I want, this is the concept, and it went from there.
Absolutely. And so you mentioned about the studio, like, how is that? Because I'm quite sure that it's very challenging, and I'm not record producers. I don't know about studio time, and how do you manage to even have your full-time job and even manage to do that? Basically what I'm asking is, like, what are some of the sacrifices that you have had to make, so far with your music career?
Well, you sacrifice sleep, number one, because you're always on the move. But I have a great team. Travis Palmer and Thomas Bell with Kingdom Records is where I'm actually one of the business partners with them. We have a lot of things coming, and able to hone me on things, because I never did any studio work as far as it goes. But being able to actually go in and them actually telling me where I need to do, what we could fix, and they gave me free reign of what I wanted to do as far as the sound was and what I wanted to do, because as a lot of times you can record songs but not really know what direction it is.
Absolutely.
You have to be sincere to what God would have you to do and how you would put it in that place. So together with my band, with my singers, we came in and knocked it out. It was good.
Absolutely. And I'm going to ask you these last two things in, because I know we're on a time limit. I know you have to go, and you got to go and finish producing and getting all that good music back out to us, and we're excited about listening and sharing it with others. Mr. Billy, give us a little bit of contact information. We want to get in contact with you or about your group for a singing engagement or anything like that.
Okay, perfect. Well, definitely, our contact person is Miss Yasmin Marshall, who's here with us today, and
go yes.
direct and the direct number is 803-393-2306. Is that right? Yeah, that's the one. Our email address is going to be heartofworship06@gmail.com. You can actually go on Facebook and like us, Billy Bradley Jr. and Heart of Worship. We also have Twitter, HRT of Worship Fam, and Periscope, Heart of Worship Fam. Both of those are having great followers. With our Twitter followers, I think we're up to almost 12,000 now.
That's real good.
Facebook, we're almost hitting 1,000, and with our Instagram, we're at 7,000. So we appreciate the support. We definitely want the hometown support as far as everything goes. But call us, inbox me, message us. I don't think I can accept any friends right now on Facebook, so follow, send me an inbox. But most of the time, my turnaround time is real quick.
Definitely. Can you repeat that contact information for us one last time, please?
Yes. For booking, it'll be 803-393-2306. Email is heartofworship06@gmail.com. Twitter is HRT of Worship Fam. Periscope is Heart of Worship Fam, and Instagram is Heart of Worship 06, and Facebook Billy Bradley and Heart of Worship.
Absolutely. So, and before we go, I always ask all very encouraging words that you would like leave with our listeners. Something you would like inspirational to leave with our listeners.
Definitely. Biggest thing is make sure that you stay connected with God. Be committed, be dedicated, and stay focused. Those are the things that keep me driving on a day-to-day basis. Knowing that your focus is the number one, it keeps you driving. Knowing what your purpose is, knowing what your vision. Because a lot of us, we're all put on earth for a reason. But understanding your purpose and living out your vision is a great thing to do. And knowing that God leads you, having the spirit of discernment to know what to do and what not to do. Because he's right, even in this season like now, we have a lot of people that's coming towards us to, entice us like, well, I got this for you, got that. But listening to God and knowing what we have, he allows me to see beyond what the people are. Because sometimes you meet people's representative and not their people, or not themselves. So.
Absolutely. And just to piggyback one last time, where I say, you know, each of us out here has a purpose and has a plan, and God has a plan for everybody's life. So be not discouraged and be not dismayed, because everything happens for a reason, and in your due season, everything will be all right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dennis Brothers, alongside with Ms. Darren Freeman. I have had the pleasure of talking to Mr. Billy Bradley Jr. and also his publicist, Ms. Yasmin Marshall, who's joined us today. Keep the dial locked right here on WOCS 93.7, the People Station.